somebody that has decided that they needed to ghost someone because they didn't know how to resolve a conflict. It seemed like too much drama, or, you know, maybe they felt like they'd been exposed or they had no real justification for their behavior. I do feel like they're going to try to make it seem like there's some other situation or circumstance that demands their attention or their time. If they're telling you, then they're going to use this as an excuse for you. But I think it's more so that this is an excuse they're telling themselves so that they don't feel guilty about walking away from you. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Let's dive in with the Voyage of the Soul and see if there's anything here with regards to healing. If they're ghosting, then maybe for some of you, there's this opportunity that this individual is going to use that solitude for some introspection and realize that they need to, maybe do things a little bit differently. All right, so it does look like we have some sort of event or encounter that is serendipitous. And the way that I'm looking at this is someone who runs into a person, maybe they don't even know them. It could be a stranger with some wisdom at the local gas station. It could be a letter that you get from a distant family member that you don't hear from very often. I do feel like this is for the person who ghosted, so this could be, talking about them, right? They get some sort of new perspective and an opportunity for that tranquility. Maybe some time alone is really important. Maybe they're going to the cabin. Maybe they're going home to visit some family, Hello, April. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Renee. What's going on? Oh, no worries. How was the snow track? I like it. What else do we have? Gifts, skills, talent, practice, publicity, success, and fame. And purity, innocence, light, humble, virtuous, moral, and genuine. I think we have somebody here who got a little bit scared dealing with somebody of your caliber. What I mean is, it could be easy to look at that as, oh, they think that you're, more attractive than they are. Oh, they think that you are out of their league because you have a better job. There's something about the energy that you bring, the type of character that people know about you, the skills, or for some of you, you may have some level of success that is quite envied. But it didn't mean that you have an ego problem. It didn't mean that you were somebody that let go of their morals or struggles to be acting with integrity. They may have judged you harshly because of something kind of spectacular about you and assumed that that must mean that you're really into yourself. This is the Tattoo Tarot. Hello, Yin. How are you doing? Hello, Pro. What's up? You want to talk about the Pythagorean theorem? Is that what you're saying? This is not a math channel, sweetheart. Although I will say it is always a delight to be challenged with the pronunciation of a Greek name. On my other channel, when I was reading Dante's Inferno, I had to do a little bit of research on the chapter or the cantos beforehand just to make sure that I didn't run into anything too terribly challenging. Hello, Slushy. I would recommend watching other, more than one channel, right, to see what other people do. I think over time you start to learn what the cards mean. You can take notes if that's helpful for you. But also do readings for other people. Even if it means you're keeping the book next to you and you have to look things up, the more you do it, the more I think you get acquainted with the cards. Slushy, I would also recommend that For anybody who is trying to learn the tarot, if you can start with the Rider-Waite, which is like the inspiration for most cards, it's going to be, I think, easier for you to understand the meanings of the card. And then I would get into, you know, the ones that are a little bit more individualistic on how they interpret those things. Hello, Yin. I will do personal questions at about 30 or 35 minutes in with priority to those who tip. But this is a general reading for now, so feel free to enjoy the other folks in the live chat. But please don't repeat the question, okay? Hello, Unita. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, you have to have some element of intuition that you're relying upon to understand the cards, but that's what I mean by actually doing it instead of just trying to memorize things. I feel like that's when your intuition really kicks in, is when it starts to become kind of a habit, right? Hello, Sam. How's it going? We have the Sun, the Eight of Cups, and the Empress in the reverse. I think we have an aversion or an avoidance here of emotion. Someone who likes to have the happy times and, you know, laugh and let's have fun. But then if there is an argument or if there is a conflict, something that makes me feel defensive about myself, then I pull back and I don't want to deal with it. So we could have just like a difficulty with conflict resolution. Hello, Ginger. Hello, Mamie. How you doing? Hello, Leo. Hello, Mega. Ace of Wands. Five of Cups. Page of Wands in the reverse. So seeing this opportunity with I feel like this is romantic, but you have to take the message however it resonates. If this is more so a friendship and someone was just jealous because they would compare themselves to you and feel like they weren't as capable or as popular as you. But for many of you, this is a romantic interest who is feeling like maybe just not quite good enough. Maybe there's just all this attention on you and they feel jealous of that attention or concerned that that attention would lead you to step out of the relationship. But I do think that this was somebody who was looking for red flags where there weren't necessarily any red flags. In other words, sometimes when you have a relationship dynamic impacted by one person being significantly more successful than the other person, there could be some resentment that gets built up. You know, why are you doing so well and I'm not able to, you know, do as well for myself? Or, gosh, if you're that successful, then you must be out here trying to like hook up with people, or you might be looking to replace me. I think they were just letting that insecurity get the best of them. Hello, Douglas. How are you doing? Hello, Redbeard. Nice to see you. It depends on the shirt. Wow, I've never heard that one, though. That's a strange requirement. So we've got the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. Before you could leave me, I felt like I needed to leave you. Or, you know, you were telling me that I was doing something that I was upset with you about. Maybe you called them a hypocrite. Maybe you told them that they needed to treat you with respect. There was an issue here, though. I don't know. I believe you can, Redbeard. You just got to apply yourself. Yeah, I think that's an excellent question. Hello, Joe. How are you doing today? So we have Two of Cups in the reverse with the Page of Swords in the reverse. I don't know that I can sustain this energy with you, or maybe you're pushing a little bit too much and I feel uncomfortable. Maybe I just don't know how to justify my actions, or maybe I'm just looking for an easy way out. But we have this ghosting energy because this conversation was concerning. I don't want to talk to you about it. I don't know how to defend my position. It's like the Liar Liar movie with Jim Carrey, right? Isn't it that movie where it's like, I don't want to tell the truth because it's devastating to my case? Like, don't make me. So they avoided it. If I have to have a conversation with you about what happened, I know it's just gonna have to be about me admitting that I did something wrong. So I think I'll just run away instead. Wild. All right, all right. Hello, Jameson. How are you doing? Thank you, Rachel, for clarifying that. Just want to make sure you saw that, Jameson, that Rachel answered your question. All right, let's go for that Rider Waite, shall we? Or Waite Smith. Hello, Aman. You want to clarify? I'm trying to figure out if this is a timeout-worthy comment. So go ahead, tell us what those initials stand for. Or are you scared? Six of Cups, Three of Cups. Hello, Foodie Vibes, what's up? Foodie Vibes, I gotta tell you, I like your name, and just so you know, like 57% of my analogies on this channel are food related. Hello, Bart Simpson, what's going on? If you're interested in a personal reading, my email address is in the description box. So we've got the Five of Cups as well, and the Four of Wands. So again, it seems like this is somebody who's like, I just want the good stuff. I want to feel celebrated. I want to feel like I have somebody that is there for me. I want to feel like somebody finds me attractive. But if there's something that goes wrong and now we have some sort of an argument, this arrangement, this relationship starts to feel more like something that is a problem. But as they look back on it after they've ghosted you, now they're wondering, did I ruin something that I should have been contributing to or pursuing? Did I take the wrong approach, or did I give up too soon, you know? Hello, Light, what's going on? Ooh, Light, actually, okay, this would like probably require a lot of scrolling, but if you go to my community posts where like pictures and text posts are, there's literally a picture of me in my Carmen Sandiego costume, so have fun with that. Hello, Last Mirror, how are you doing? Rachel knows, she's seen it. Yep. So yeah, we have someone who ghosted because they got scared of a conversation they would have to have with you where it would inevitably turn to, I did something wrong. So rather than admit that I had caused the problem or that, you know, I needed to change my behavior, I was like, okay, maybe I'll just go start something new. Maybe I'll go elsewhere. Because I don't think I want to work on that. I don't think I want to talk about that. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Oh, really? Page of Cups in the reverse. And the Lovers. Now they're sad. Now they feel like this was a horrible decision. Now they feel like they read the situation wrong. that they were being overly defensive or overly critical of you. And it took a while because they were convincing themselves that they were justified. All right, well, hopefully they're figuring it out now, right? Justice. Knight of Wands in the reverse and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so basically I had to ghost because you were calling me out on something that I needed to work on. And I got scared. I felt like there's no way you're gonna actually like keep me around. There's no way that I'm gonna be good enough for you. So if this is something that you feel is a problem, then I think I'm just gonna run away. I think I just gotta like give up. I don't wanna do this, right? I'm gonna heart that because it makes me laugh. Wait, it does not let me heart. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Hey, so there's this really cool thing where if you don't like content on YouTube, you can like go watch something else. Just a thought. But thank you for the tip. I really do appreciate that. The other thing I would say is, you know, if you comment on a video that you don't like, you're messing up your own algorithm. Hello, June. My thoughts on religion in general is that we should be tolerant of what people believe in. Obviously, we have to take note of their actions if they're using those beliefs for harmful actions. I'm not going to be supportive in that situation. But I would point out I have a cross that is made from the pews that were in the church my grandparents went to. I don't think it was the one they were married in. But yeah, I don't think that I need to be on here defending that, you know? We've got the High Priestess and the Two of Cups. Now they're actually admitting to themselves that they're in love. Now they're letting go of those red flags that they felt like, you know, you were entirely made up of, you know? Now it's like a little bit of distance has allowed them to see more clearly that you're different. You're not like the other people. Eight of Wands in the reverse, Seven of Cups in the reverse. Maybe even not talking to other people about you has helped them to have more clarity. Now this person's thinking, I ghosted my soulmate. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse again. I feel like I lost something, and now that it's gone, I am missing it. I'm missing them, right? I don't know why I was so impulsive. I don't know why I felt that scared of an argument. I should have been able to find some way to talk about it. Hello, ARW. How are you doing? Six of Wands in the reverse. Ace of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so we have somebody who is acknowledging, I sabotaged this. Instead of talking to you about what was going on, instead of acknowledging your feelings about the problems or being more honest or accessible to you, I ran away, I ghosted, I hid because I didn't want to admit that this is actually something that I want and it's worth doing work for. So they're in this like guilt, regret mode right now, that Five of Cups. Probably still thinking about how they should have done things differently. Hello, John. How you doing? We have the Nine of Cups, Death, and the Seven of Pentacles. I think this person has actually been going through an ego death. Thinking about what it is that they want, realizing they need to walk away from certain habits, like sabotaging relationships that they want, and that they didn't actually invest enough in this, that they ran away just when they could have been getting close to having something meaningful and real with you. Y'all are funny. We got the King of Swords. Wisdom. We actually have some wisdom here. Unexpected wisdom, really. Okay, so you might think this person is content to continue on how they've been moving, how they've been acting, avoiding things, ghosting people. Maybe they even have a reputation for that. I think you're going to be surprised that a conversation they've been avoiding or the actual thing that made them ghost you is going to be what they want to address when they come back around. Four of Wands in the reverse. Ten of Swords in the reverse. Instability has helped this person realize what they needed to work on. Queen of Wands in the reverse, which is insecurity. So kind of like on, what is it, Bar Rescue, they do a stress test to see where the problems are in the relationship. What are the obstacles? Are the systems an issue? Do we have somebody who's working in one area that should be like front of house instead or in the kitchen? This is somebody who's had to appreciate that what happened here has really made it clear that they're sabotaging good things in their life and that there needs to be a different way to deal with problems instead of just running away, because that's not really dealing with it, right? That's avoiding it. So this is the situations deck. Let's see what else we've got for you. Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. What else do we have? Legal, court, paperwork, filed, nightlife, gamble, take a risk, Vegas, and desire, lust, and physical chemistry. So they might have told you they had something legal they needed to deal with. Hey, you know, I gotta deal with this lawsuit. I gotta deal with this inheritance issue. I gotta help my friend or my family member. I think they were telling you this was the issue when it was really, I didn't want to talk to you about the problems in our connection. I didn't want to talk to you about how I could have treated you better or been, you know, a little bit kinder, a little more considerate. So they might tell you, yeah, that thing I said was the reason, it's kind of the reason, but not really. They're watching you, trying to figure out what you have going on and whether or not there's competition or a reason for them to hold off on this conversation. But I think they understand if they don't have this conversation with you soon, they're not going to have an opportunity to reconnect. So time is of the essence. We have receipts and intuition or synchronicities, proof and show me. So this is someone who's saying, I know that I have gone through changes. I know that I've been working on myself, but I also know you well enough that if I come back around and tell you that I've changed, your comment is probably going to be like, all right, prove it. Let's see it. Go on. What has changed? I'm waiting. This is the Marseille Cat Tarot. Hello, Unina. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Roger. What's up? What else? Three of Cups. Three of Wands. King of Wands in the reverse. like this is anger from a third party. 3 of Cups, 3 of Wands. Someone who doesn't want the two of you to talk again. Who's this King of Wands in reverse? 6 of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Cups in the reverse. Someone who feels like they haven't been able to get what they want, haven't been able to manipulate the situation. All right. Page of Swords, 7 of Cups in the reverse. They're worried that if you have a conversation, the two of you, that the illusion will be broken. So there's someone here who wants to make sure the two of you don't reconnect, don't reconcile. They've been trying to get the two of you to walk away for good or encourage this breakup, whether that means talking to one person or both of you, or even creating falsehoods or rumors. High Priestess in the reverse, 7 of Wands in the reverse, 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, Page of Cups. This is somebody who wants to be with you or wants to be with the person who ghosted you. Is this someone who's a romantic rival? Yeah, it is. All right. So we have someone who's meddling. Someone who is stirring the pot and trying to maybe make you look bad. Hello, Terry. How are you doing? Hello, Matt. What's up? Ah, yes. I should have known. What's up, Books? Yeah, they changed how I can see your names now. So there's like, I feel like there's a shortage of my ability to recognize certain people because I didn't know the other name. Hello, Teresa. What's going on? Hello, TV. What's up? Hello, Momo. Hey, bud. We do not do politics here, so please keep that in mind. What was it that Matt, or what was it that Key said? Oh, I like that. Tears of today fill the earth with water, which grows new life of hope when the sun comes back around. That's poetic. All right, so we've got one more here. It's the 6 of Cups. But sadly, I feel like this is someone who feels like their long-term connection with this Queen of Wands in the reverse is more important than the connection they have with you, even though I don't think the Queen of Wands in the reverse agrees with that. So we have some unrequited love here. This is the Untold Messages of the Heart. Hello, Steph. How are you doing? Hello, Melina. What's up? I feel like an idiot for the choices I've made. I wasn't thinking clearly at the time. I shouldn't have sabotaged the connection. I should have been honest with you or dealt with the situation. I miss you. Please accept my apologies so that we can move past this. Awesome thumb participation. I love it. I want you close to me, but I'm not ready for a commitment. This is somebody who is working to address the fact that they run away from conflict, working to accept that their sabotaging of relationships has not really done them a good service, at least not in this situation. They need to be able to be more trusting of their intuition, know who it is that they're dealing with so that they don't run away anticipating that it's just going to end horribly anyways. They didn't give you enough of the benefit of the doubt, assumed that you would use an excuse to walk away. So they want to deal with arguments in a healthier way, but they're still not ready for a commitment. Honestly, I pretend to be someone I'm not because being vulnerable feels uncomfortable. Space. I need to take a step back because I'm still trying to figure out what I want. I will be writing you a message. They don't think they can wait much longer. So I do think they're going to come back and communicate when they have worked on their inability to address conflict. Does that mean they're perfect at discussions? No, but it means that they know they need to make a better effort or they can't just run away. But they also still need to work on some things regarding confidence or their insecurity, which could cause some instability in a relationship, right? And then we've got regrets. I should have, I could have, I would have. If I had been honest with myself about how I felt or the quality of person that you are, if I hadn't been looking for excuses to run away, then maybe I could have actually just had this conversation with you back then and we could be happy at this point. But this was something they needed to go through in order to heal this problem that makes them distant, makes them run away, or fear like things will always end in abandonment or rejection. You hurt me. Everything that happened hurt me so much. I need more time to heal. So I think that whoever this love interest is, could be you, they're not necessarily going to be ready to just forgive and forget and dive right in. There may need to be a little bit of, let's see how things go. We'll be, not no contact, but we're not going to be inseparable right away either. You're my favorite. You're the person I want to call when something good or bad happens. The first thought when I have news to share. You're my person. Others' opinions. I feel bound by my culture and my family's beliefs on how I should live my life. I'm working towards breaking free from limiting myself based on their beliefs. Will you listen? There's so many things that I want to say to you, but will you hear me all the way out? Will you believe me? Yeah, I mean, they want to say these things. They want to deal with the thing that made them run away. But they're nervous that you've decided it's a waste of your time and maybe it's better for you to just keep it moving. This is the Romance Angel Oracle. Hello, Cyrus. How are you doing? Hello, Benam. Hello, Grindhard. What's going on? Did I miss someone? I don't think so. Aw, that's very kind. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Yeah, this person may not entirely be ready for a relationship, but they are working on the things that blocked them from it. And it's not that they're like, greenlit, like, let's do this. But they do know what they need to work on, and they are working on that. Thank you, Hannah. I hope your day's going well. What does Darren want from me? I've added that, and I'll start those shortly, okay? Thank you. I appreciate that, Books. I do my best. I know there's times where I miss people, but I think, YouTube is a platform that can be super educational. It can be super entertaining, even a little bit mindless. But that live chat feature is my favorite part of this channel because it enables people to connect to others that maybe feel like they don't connect easily to everybody else. So yeah, I think that's an important part, but oh no. I hope you're feeling all right, and I hope that that's not a big deal. So we have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Remain positive about the situation. Now, if you've decided you don't want to be with this person and they should have handled it better and that's just how it is, that's how you are able to choose. You have free will, and sometimes people, they wear out their welcome or they make it too painful to try to go back. But I do feel like for the majority of you, there is an interest in seeing if this could potentially work out, if they get their poop in a group, if they figure out how to do the relationship thing in a healthy way, right? Hello, Armand, how are you doing? Yes, exactly. It is like a coffee shop. I like that. We have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So you could have somebody who has been acknowledging that maybe their drinking got out of control, because we did have this reference to partying. This also says gamble. So we could have somebody who maybe is a little bit, you know, frustrated that they've been spending too much on casinos. There's a habit or a behavior that has been around for a while, and it's not just the sabotaging, right? It's all of these things that I do with my time or with my energy. Are they helping me to become a better person? Oh, I can't imagine that's true. Let's see. I'm just gonna grab a few from the signs of the times, and then I'm going to hop over to that personal question for Hannah. Thank you for your patience. I know I'm going longer on this one. I'm not sure if that's a question for Rachel or me, but I'm assuming it's for Rachel. I hope you don't. I'm not trying to ignore anyone. We've got 23, moon and emotions. I'm not going to avoid or run away from my emotions anymore, because if I do that every time, then I'll never know what it's like to get what I want or to be happy. I'll only be running away and looking back to see what could have been. So in other words, I have to take a chance. I have to be willing to put myself out there and, you know, put in some work if I want to be where I'm supposed to be, if I want to have the happiness that, you know, they keep thinking about. So they're taking a chance, doing something a little bit out of their character, and it may surprise you. All right, this is the Earth and Bones Tarot. Oh, that's so sweet, Reinhardt. Okay, I got you. No, I've never looked into Discord. I will admit, though, I'm kind of trying to find ways to use my phone less. Obviously, I spend a lot of time on my phone as far as like the YouTube stuff. But there's also just, you know, something to be said for like making the candles, for example. I like getting into like crafting stuff. But yeah, you gotta have that social aspect, right? Ooh, that would be cool. Oh, I absolutely think so. I mean, you've already had such good practice in the live chat here. What do we have? We have the, oh wait, hold on, I'm doing Hannah's question. Gotta be more specific. What does Darren want from Hannah? What does Darren want from Hannah? Queen of Jars wants you to love him. 8 of Petals or 8 of Pentacles. And the Hanged Man. I feel like this is somebody who wants to work on things and wants to know that you're willing to remain dedicated or, you know, do what you can for the connection. And with the Hanged Man, I also feel like this is like understand that I might have a little bit of a different perspective. 5 of Crystals or 5 of Swords. And the Magician. Is he the 5 of Swords? No. Is there somebody who gets in the way between the two of you? It feels like this is somebody who is worried about a mother. Like, I don't think my mom approves, or I don't think your mom would approve. So what can we do to take the right approach, even though there's someone who would be actively working against us or trying to make it, you know, difficult for us to be happy? It's like, what kind of boundaries do we need, or what kind of things do we need to anticipate in order to be unimpacted by this third party, right? What signs of maturity? Hold on, let me write that down real quick. Thank you for the tip, Anida. What signs of maturity should I look for in a future person? What a great question. Should I look for in future person? And, or if my ex comes back. And then we've got, how would I know if they are not going to repeat the same cycles? Excellent questions. How would I know? Repeat cycle. All right. I've got that written down. Let me just make sure I get one more thought out for Hannah. Ooh, and then I got to write down Jameson. Thank you for the tip, Jameson. What's going on between me and Natalie? I'm so sorry you're confused, but I've got that added, and I will do your question after Unitas. Thank you, Jameson. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Okay. So is there a way to work around this Empress, this person who makes it difficult? Absolutely. And it's about boundaries. This is someone who feels heartbroken, like this is, like Darren is her person. But I do feel like there's something here that's going to help this ex heal from this. It's like a melancholy or a determination to be like the victim or really sad. I feel like something is going to pull her out of this and make it easier for you all, but there's also a need for boundaries. So I hope that helps, Hannah. Hello, Knuckles. How are you doing? Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. You add to the collective quite nicely. So let's tackle your questions, United. What signs of maturity should I look for in a future person, or if my ex comes back? I love that. Okay, so 3 main messages here. We have Temperance. Temperance is a card that talks about balance and peace, but it also talks about a good, I don't want to use the word balance again. It's like when you have the right mix of flavors in a meal or in a cocktail, things complement each other, not with an I in the middle, but with an E, right? You do this and I do that. So it's not necessarily like division of labor or, you laugh at that and I am funny. It's more so saying you got to have somebody who has those abilities to connect with you on things that are important to you, but also has that sense of inner calm. Unflappable would be a really good word to use in this situation. And then we have the Two of Petals or Two of Pentacles. I love this depiction of the Two of Petals or Two of Pentacles because it looks a lot like the Justice card. And with that scale, it's talking about making sure that you have somebody who knows how to reframe their comment or face conflict with you in a mature way. So I would also say this is making me think of integrity and making sure that things are logical, not so that it's an absence of emotion, but I'm not going to let things escalate or get problematic. Again, this seems to be somebody who knows how to be calm in a difficult situation. And then we have the Devil. Now, that might be a weird card to come out for this question, but I think it makes a lot of sense. This is about self-awareness. If you want to be able to work on the things that cause problems in relationships or in your own spiritual path, you have to be self-aware. You have to be able to look within and acknowledge this is what I need to do, or hey, if I had done this better, then maybe that person wouldn't have reacted the way they did. There has to be some ability to work on and identify what needs to be worked on. And I think you'll find somebody who has that. How would I know they are not going to repeat cycles? Page of Petals or Page of Pentacles, Page of Wicks or Page of Wands, and the Four of Crystals or Four of Swords in the reverse. So I love this as well because it has a picture of seeds for the Page of Pentacles, which makes a lot of sense because, of course, Pentacles are associated with earth signs. And I feel like we're talking about somebody who has intentions but doesn't actually act on them. If somebody is going to talk to you about things that they're going to do, if people are just like saying, yeah, I guess I need to, but they can't point to anything that they've actually done, then it's a half-baked idea, right? It's not a to-do list. It's more so, see, I thought about it, right? Four of Crystals or Four of Swords in the reverse is also making me feel like this could be easier for you to pick up on if you look at what this person surrounds themselves with. Now that could mean, what are their hobbies, or how do they treat their family? How do they treat their friends? How do they talk about their exes? Are they quick to blame everybody else, or does it seem like they have a good sense of accountability when they deal with stressful work situations or a demanding family member? All of these things, as far as their other connections, can help you to understand how they're going to treat you. All right, so I hope that helps. And thank you so much for those delightful questions, Unaida, and welcome to the collective. Hello, Bill. Hello, Janet. How we doing? Yeah, that would be pretty toxic. Good for you for staying calm. But it does look like things will get easier, Hannah. Let's see. Hello, is it ORV? How are you doing? Yes, we're hateful today. Hey, I'm gonna put you in a little baby time out there, honey. And if you want to think about what you're saying and be a little more respectful, you are welcome to come back. Otherwise, I wish you a good day. Let's do Jameson's question. What is going on? Oh, I'm going to get a different tarot deck though. What is going on between me and Natalie? What is going on between Jameson and Natalie? Oh, I'm sorry you're struggling, John. Oh, I'm sorry you're mad, Vic Day. Jesus. High Priestess. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is showing your confusion, definitely. Like, what did I do? Why are things like this? What's happening? Ace of Cups. King of Wands. I do feel like there's secrecy here, but I also think that the secrecy that you're dealing with, or somebody who has like pulled back or doesn't want to talk about it, I feel like you already kind of have a clue here. We have the Ace of Cups and the King of Wands. Is the King of Wands Jameson? Yes. I feel like there is this assumption that you are going to sabotage something or something else is going to get in the way. This idea of like happily ever after, or making, you know, some attempt at a long-term relationship is just going to result in the Five of Pentacles. Why is there this assumption that things would go poorly? Temperance. And the Moon. This person is not telling you something about, like, is this about what they want in a relationship? So this is like saying, you're not doing things right. I'm not happy in this relationship because you're not doing this thing that's really important to me. But then if you ask them, what's that thing? They're like, oh, I can't tell you. You were supposed to guess. And because you didn't do that thing, now I'm going to like not be interested or have some distance, right? Queen of Swords, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, Knight of Wands in the reverse. Is this about attention from others? Yeah, I do feel like there is a need for external validation. So there could be something here that is kept secret with regards to connections or communications or even work life because of the Eight of Pentacles. But this is a secretive person who is not interested in approaching things in a direct or honest way. I think because there's a fear that you would judge or you would push this person away. Ten of Swords in the reverse, Two of Wands in the reverse. So there's this chaotic, indecisive energy. I want something, but I feel like it's not going to work out. So I have this like hot and cold energy. If I want that attention, I might try to like loop you back in. But then if I start thinking again about whether or not you would actually choose somebody like me or be with someone like me, then I push you away. Hey, Third Eye, I hope you're having a good day. We missed you. Hello, John. If you would like a personal reading, like a long form personal reading that is private and not in a live stream, my email address is in the description box. Otherwise, I quite often at the end of general readings do personal questions for those who tip or donate. I do also like to do some freebies. Oh, I'm sorry. I might have done too much for you. I pulled quite a lot of cards. But yeah, I don't disagree with you. This person has kind of like a habit of going back and forth. There could even be some imbalance or a pattern of seeing things the wrong way. Do you want like a long form one, John, or would you like just a question dealt with on a live stream? Hello, living good. How are you doing? I don't have a black eye, but thank you for your concern, Chris. I just like really dark eyeshadow. It's fun. Actually, towards the middle, it's like light orange. Hello, Ratish. How you doing? No, I don't think that means she doesn't like you, Jameson. I think it means I can't decide what I want because I feel like I'm inevitably going to get rejected by you once you find out this secret, whatever the secret is. So it's something that she feels like you would not be okay with or that you would judge her for. And I don't know that she's able to walk away from this or change this behavior. I was doing personal questions, Ratisha. Hey, Perez. Not a dating app, my friends. I think that's a good way to approach it, Books. All right, we're almost at an hour, so I think actually I'm going to cut it short there. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to, and I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.